First of all, I want to say, sue us. I fucking dare you. None of us have any money anyways. Just suck my dick. Tommy Tallarico, you're a piece of shit. The Amico is never coming out. It's a bad idea. And all your little shill buddies that are out there that you bought with your fucking with your promises of Lamborghinis and fucking all that shit, they're all fucking stupid. You're dumb. Suck a dick.
That was like the keynote on the Nintendo Direct today, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, I read that word for word. That's what Nintendo said. Because I was catching up on some other YouTube content that I watch, and one of them was a Pat the NES Punk, his CU podcast, and they were talking about how like Tommy Tallarico got all his little minions to go attack the one dude that needed fucking medical care. He was asking for, they did a GoFundMe to help pay for his medical shit, and then that dude RGT 85 was having medical issues and got rushed to the hospital with a heart attack or some shit like that, and they were trashing him too because he dared to say something, negative about the fucking Amico. And then the exact quote that I've been trying to say that Tommy Tallarico was saying was that that the games on the Switch put children in sexual situations. So if you want to go ahead and give Nintendo your hard-earned money and support them for sexualizing children, then go ahead. But otherwise, you can buy an Amico, which is a real family-friendly fucking system.
There is that Fashion Dreamer game that was announced today.
Fashion Dreamer hadn't been announced when he said that, so he still wasn't wrong.
And before we forget, going back, Pat, the NES CU podcast has like 2 episodes left, and they're going off on hiatus or whatever. So when you're done listening to that wonderful podcast, come listen to us. We're all that's left.
Yeah, that's true. That is
true. I
true.
like it. Last one standing.
When you have no other options.
Last podcast standing, baby. Woo! Actually, that's not true, but
no.
I mean, they may very well be going on hiatus, but
no, they are. They're doing like they're done.
But like, you should definitely listen to us, and because we're great. Listen to this content; it's riveting.
Yep.
You should listen to us. Bob's got a Lamborghini.
I'm living that fat life.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. So anyway, there was some actual big video game news today.
I had dinner with Miyamoto's son last night. That's it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Did he slurp your spaghetti?
Me, Tommy, and Miyamoto's son.
Nice. Well, I mean, that's what it really comes down to. It's all just one big conspiracy. Tommy Tallarico's in bed with Nintendo, and he's just, what's going to happen is it's going to be, they're going to announce, oh, well, we've got the big backer of the Intellivision Amico, and then it's going to be this hooded figure walks out to the ring, and it's Miyamoto-san takes down his hood and he goes, "It was on me! It was on me, Austin! It was on me all the time!"
One, that's racist. And 2, the Amico only failed because Tommy was busy doing the music for Legend of Zelda Tears of Gameron, whatever the fuck that thing's called.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. So, obviously none of this was mentioned in the Nintendo Direct today.
No, but I think on the next one, what's going to happen is, and we'll get into some of the hot stuff today, announcing these virtual console type things that they do. So that means on the next one, they're going to announce the Amico as the next virtual console that you can play online.
It's now coming to Nintendo Switch Online, Vaporware.
Not to talk up another good podcast. I guess it's a YouTube channel, but Wrestling with Regret just did a Super Brawl 91 or something where there was a ninja that came down to the ring, and it was Paul E. Dangerously the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, early. We'll have to dive into some early '90s WCW at some point because it's really, really bad.
Oh yeah, well that's when they had. Well, all right, so we can definitely dig into that stuff at some point, but so not only did WCW had so Paul E is a ninja. That's
He was on Rick Rude's side, and he couldn't. Paulie couldn't be. Was banned from the ringside, so he came down as a ninja.
so
That makes a lot of sense.
where
Oh,
his
yeah.
ninja star of David.
He actually no. He during the match because it wasn't Paulie Danger at ringside. It was the ninja. He did pull out a giant cell phone and beat the. I think it was Ricky Steamboat in the head with it, and that's how the match ended.
Yeah, he used to walk around with that Zach Morris cell
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember
He did
that.
an ECW too for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that well, all right, so they did that. They had RoboCop at one point because didn't RoboCop help Sting at Bash at the Beach or something like that?
Yeah, it's where the cage off thing.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
And then, well, do you guys? I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube when the WWE or WWF tried to do the what do they call them? They did the turtles, the toxic turtles.
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh,
just
yeah.
something. I think it was like the worst gimmicks or something.
Yeah.
But this I was just thinking. Oh, had Vinny Vegas. Was that what he was calling himself?
Vinny Vegas, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the
super
Diamond
Kevin.
Stud.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash and Scott
Super young
Hall.
Kevin Nash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super young.
But anyway, we're getting
All
way
right.
off topic here.
I digress.
Oh, yeah, we
we're
gotta go back to Dream.
yeah, we're here to talk about
I forgot what it's called.
Dream
Right?
Fashion Designer or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
45 minutes of Fashion Dreamer.
So, what I need to know though,
Here at the I forgot what we call it. Noise Brigade. We love young Japanese girls.
Doesn't even.
fucking Christ. And we're canceled. So, no, I've been so. It started off a little lame for me. The stream, I guess. I wasn't super
Dude,
happy about
I
Pikmin
watched
4.
it late on YouTube after it was already recorded, and I had to scroll through 45 minutes of just empty space before the video actually started.
Oh yeah, if you're not on it when it starts, like
Oh, because it had the
if you try
wait
and watch it
screen.
later-
Yeah, you get 45 minutes of it, but I was at 45. It's like a half hour of it though. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of things typically do that though. If you ever, I know Rich, I know you don't watch baseball, but on the MLB app,
oh, I love
if you go back and try to watch a game, which I rarely do because once I know the result, it's over. But it'll have like an hour of buffer up front that just says the game will start soon. It's like, can you just erase that? Like, it seems awful wasteful.
Yeah, it's a lot of bandwidth and storage. I mean, I guess they have whatever on the server farm, but like,
I'll be honest, I didn't watch any of the announcements, but Bob, you were kind enough to put together a note sheet for this, and that was kind of my.
I may have
through it.
fell asleep before we started, but I watched the direct to prepare for this thing that I almost missed.
Well, I played a few of the items that were announced on the direct, so that was the way I prepared.
Okay, yeah, got that beat. All right,
fair enough.
Did you play Fashion?
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't got a chance.
I've pre-ordered it.
You know, I knew somebody logged into my shit.
I read it. It opened up with Pikmin 4.
Yeah, the best part about doing this part though, and Bob, you've done this before with this, is just reading your notes. And about Pikmin 4, it's hysterical because like you have nothing in there nice to say except for at least they added a dog.
Look, man, I write it as I see it. I've never been a huge Pikmin fan. It's okay. It's a lot of people enjoy it, so cool, good for them. For me, not the best way to kick off a Nintendo Direct. I think we'll get to some of the other stuff, and the one thing that I was really expecting to see, they did not lead off with, and it was not in here at all. I thought we were getting to it, and then they swerved me real hard. So, but we'll get into that.
Nintendo's only got 2 new properties, Splatoon and Pikmin, so they had to do at least one of them, and they did both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think when I bought a Wii U, I bought Pikmin 3, and it's still sealed in a box over the other side of my basement. So I never actually got around to playing it.
I'll admit I did buy Pikmin 3 for the Wii U, but only because I saw all of a sudden the price spiked,
Uh,
and I was like, all right, so
I,
I need to buy that. So I bought it and I held on to it, and then they reprinted it and the price went back down.
I bought the one for the 3DS too. I think I bought it because it came with an amiibo.
The Hey Pikmin or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That one actually looked more intriguing to me, and then I read the reviews, and the reviews were like, "Oh, this game's garbage."
The
I'm like,
amiibo
"Oh,
was cool.
okay." All right, so yeah, they start off with Pikmin 4. Again, they added a dog, so all right, you add a dog into it, I'm good. Um, they did an update on the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC. Um, I don't really know much about Xenoblade
Was it?
Chronicles.
Wasn't that? I mean, just going back to something I said earlier, callback. Isn't that the one they got in trouble for, like for the second one, because they had like a 12-year-old girl in it that was wearing a bikini and they put clothes on her or something? Was that Xenoblade? That was
I
one of
don't
the games.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing about that. Maybe that's hey, look, maybe Tommy Tallarico's telling the truth. I don't remember. I don't know, dude. Like I said, I've never been a big Xenoblade Chronicles player, so it's
I
possible.
tried Xenoblade. They took a MMO and got rid of the multiplayer part, so it's an RPG with MMO kind of play mechanics. It was
Yeah,
okay. It's just I couldn't get into it.
yeah,
yeah. I
and
mean, to me, I would probably rather play that than Fashion Dreamer, but which we've been hitting that big time. We'll get into that
It
next.
was in 2015. Xenoblade Chronicles X was the one. They covered up a 13-year-old girl.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the one for that was one for the 3DS, right?
I didn't click into the link. I don't
I don't
remember.
think that one ever came out over here because
Oh
we
no, it
got
did.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's what it is. It came out and they censored her.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't censored in Japan because Japan can have.
Japan's weird, man. Japan's weird. All
The
right.
my only you
We're
know
losing Japanese viewers, Bob, or listeners.
I was going to say my only take on the Xenoblade stuff. I've never actually played the games themselves. Is just knowing the characters from Smash. That's it. I played enough Smash Brothers to know that the characters are in there, and that's basically all I know about Xenoblade.
I mean, I remember when the first one came out for the Wii, and it was just ridiculously hard to find, and it was super expensive. And then GameStop did a reprint, but they only reprinted the disc, and they never
Right.
reprint. And then they, or was that the one that or was that the one that they opened them so that they could sell them for more than they were for more than the retail?
I don't know. I know that's the one that they redid on the 3DS, but you had to have a new 3DS XL to play it.
Yeah. So yeah, so there's that. All right. Samba de Amigo Party Central. So have either of you played Samba de Amigo?
I've never heard of it until you put it in the document.
I've seen
Really?
it. Like, you can actually play it on a Dreamcast with the
With the Maraca?
fishing. I thought they had fishing controllers. No, you're right. It was Maracas.
Well, you can use the fishing controller too because it still has the motion
Yeah.
sensor. But no, they actually released maracas for the Dreamcast, and
They go boom, chick, chicka, boom, chick, chicka, boom.
I
Right.
remember that. I just don't remember the name of this game for some reason, and I don't know.
So Samba de Amigo, honestly, part of the reason that I still remember what it is, besides the fact that it came out for the Dreamcast and it's got maracas, is they in all of the Sonic racing games and stuff like that, Sonic 3D Racing All Stars and Sonic blah 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 blah, they have Samba, the monkey from the game. You can be him like and drive race cars with him. And then he was in, and there's a whole level dedicated to him in Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed. So that helped it stick in my head. But this is cool. It looks like it's like a party game. There's multiplayer mini games online, and it looks like they have a version similar to Tetris 99. So,
Yeah, I did see your note there. That part really intrigues me because I love those. Obviously, I made that a point here on talking to our pod. I love Tetris 99. Love those battle royale like type games. Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99. Actually, I looked back up Super Mario 35 earlier because I really wish they would bring that back. 'Cause I had so much fun
yeah.
playing that. So this is cool. I'm intrigued just on that base alone. Just love that concept. So it's that's cool to hear, even though I'm not that familiar with the game itself.
All right. Now we get to the one you guys have been begging to talk about since we
Woohoo.
started here. Fashion Dreamer, which is a social media / influencer simulator.
Mm.
Could
Ye-
not care less. We talked about last week on the episode, we talked about the game, like cell phone games, and whether people who play cell phone games are gamers or not. And we talked about gatekeeping and how it's, gatekeeping is wrong, and enjoy what you enjoy. And if you play games, you're a gamer. If you play this game, I'm going to have a hard time not gatekeeping.
Now this
Go ahead,
game,
Richie.
I noticed when they played the video. I noticed a lot of things in the video, but it's being made by Marvelous Entertainment. Were the people that make the Senran Kagura games. They're the sexy Japanese ninja girl games where, like, as you go through and play them and beat people up, their clothes fall apart and they gain powers when their clothes fall apart. They also have that Senran Kagura Peach something pinball, where like you're playing pinball and you're knocking off their clothes while you're playing pinball. They also did Fortune Street, which I know is one of your games, which
Dude,
yeah.
how the fuck these fuckers? And I was just, that I was going to be talking about Fortune Street a little bit later on down the list here when we get to it, to a game that Tom and I both
And
are
God Eater,
excited
apparently.
about. But we'll talk about it now. Every single game that came out for the Switch or for the Wii that I'm really interested in playing is now either out or coming out for the Switch. I could effectively retire my Wii if only fucking Fortune Street would come out for the fucking Switch.
And is that, and not knowing enough about it, do you think that's ever in the realm of possibility?
I would hope so. I don't know if we'll ever see it in the form that.
Like, it won't be like a physical copy. It would most likely be a download only, right? I mean,
No, yes and no. So there's the version that came out for the Wii, actually has it. It's Mario characters and Dragon Quest characters in it.
mhm.
So, but I have a version for my phone where it's just random characters, and
Yeah,
that's
I
fun
had that
too.
one too. Yeah.
I like that version. I much prefer the Mario and Dragon Quest version because you have attachment to the characters.
Right.
But fuck, I'll take just a plain Fortune Street at this point. Just give me fucking something, because the game is so fun, and for it to be stuck on the Wii and to be stuck on the fucking phone and not have, like, I don't know, man. It would just be so much better, because even on the phone you can't play against other people. Like,
Mhm.
you can do hot seat where you pass your phone around. Who the fuck wants to do that? Who's sitting around with four of their friends and like, here, it's your turn. Take my
Yeah,
phone.
play my phone. Yeah, I only asked that question because I was curious to see if there's any holdups. Because that typically happens with games that don't jump systems, is that there's a holdup with some kind of intellectual property or something.
And in Japan, it's been coming out since the NES.
Okay, so it's just the straight. Oh, got okay.
It's just
Just
that they haven't, for
it's
whatever
just
reason.
there's no really brought it over to the U.S. in mass, basically.
Right.
It's
Yeah, because the first
too smart for American gamers.
well, I mean, it kind of, that may
Possible.
be it, because
With that big penis, it's had PlayStation 4 and Vita games too. So apparently they're still. I'm trying to look to see when the last one came out.
oh yeah, it's come. I believe
2017.
it's come out on other systems, just obviously without the Mario.
Right, you're really wanting a specific version
Yeah.
with
But
so
no, I don't even give a fuck anymore. I don't even. I would.
You just want something for
prefer-
the Switch.
Right. I would prefer that it's the Mario and Dragon Quest and whatever. I don't give a fuck. Just give me Fortune Street on a modern console in English so I can actually fucking play it because I can't read Japanese.
Itadaki Street is the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah. So it's which translates to Boom Street. If I remember correctly. Or Boone Street. I don't fucking remember. Give me the fucking game. Anyway.
Let's go back to
instead you get to be a social media girl.
You know,
yeah. Let's go
I'd
back to
rather-
that real quick. I know it was kind of funny because again, reading your note, like, you know, what Fashion Dreamer, what are we even doing here? I'm not writing anything else about this POS. I mean, look, I'm not something I would play. Certainly something I may
What the fuck is wrong with Rick?
what are you doing?
Playing Fashion Street.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Fashion Dreamer.
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, hey,
Anyway.
let's turn you on because that's the other thing too. Like the graphics are so fucking. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like
just looking at the screen because I had to look at screens just out of curiosity to see what it was, and it reminds me of those dumb mobile games where it's like, you know, picking your life. You know, what do you need to do? Oh, I need to get this job. I need to go out with this person. I need to do it. That's exactly what it looks like.
I need to dress up my character in the nicest clothes.
Exactly. It's so stupid.
Right.
So yeah, definitely not. I don't think it's definitely anything that will ever.
Notice me, senpai.
Boy. Bob, next on your on the announcement, I'm assuming your list is in chronological order, correct?
Yes, yeah. This
Okay,
is
so
for the most part. I mean, there was a point where Scrappy jumped up and like I had to pause it, and I don't know, some stuff might have gotten kind of rearranged, but
it's cool. We'll just pretend. We've got Dead Cells: Return to Castlevania, which you've marked up as a DLC for Dead Cells, and would this basically possibly be a crossover between Dead Cells and Castlevania? So I don't know anything about it. I'm just going off your notes.
Were you able to really tell from that? Because
it's definitely DLC.
Okay.
I've never played Dead Cells, but they described it as a roguelite. This looks like, I mean, it looks like a total reskinning where you're playing basically a 2D Castlevania game is what it looks like.
Dead Cells, the way it works is, if I remember correctly, you have cellular memory. So like when you die, you restart but you have some of your old cells and they remember like, oh, you got to this point and you were this powerful. You have to start over, all the way over when you die, but you're powered up to where you were, or something similar to that. It looks really cool, but it's probably not something I'll play. It's a cool 2D, like, 8-bit, 8/16-bit type.
Which is weird because they're using the characters from Symphony of the Night. So it's like the Death from that, the Dracula from that, and Alucard.
Yeah, which that was the PlayStation, right?
Yeah. Which is Dracula spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Got to be creative.
Yeah. Well, they did that in the theories for yeah.
So Tron Identity was next, and I was a little bit upset. I was hoping it would be a little bit more, but it looks like it's kind of a visual novel.
No, it's definitely a visual. I looked up that one because I'm really into Tron, and it's coming to consoles on the Switch first, but it's going to be a Steam game before that. And it's just a visual novel. So, it looks okay for what it is.
Yeah,
stuff. I like a visual novel here and there, but all the ones I've played have always been weird Japanese. Like Doki Doki Literature Club is really good if you've never played that. It's free on Steam. I recommend it highly. It's on all the consoles too, but you have to pay for the console ones. And the Danganronpa, they're visual novels, and they're all fantastic. Like, you should play all of them.
I do want to get into those. I want to get that Danganronpa Decadence 10th anniversary collection or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I do want to get that. So
And the 999 games are good. 999, Zero Fate, and whatever the middle one was. They're all really good. So a visual novel can be fun, but yeah, this is Tron with a visual novel. It is what it is.
Eh.
Hacking mini games, stuff like that.
You seem to like I'm familiar with Ghost Trick, but you seemed really excited by it. So why don't
Ghost
you
Trick
speak
is
on this?
awesome. Ghost Trick is one of the more expensive DS games, but it's like you start out when you're dead, but you're a ghost, and you were a detective, and you're trying to figure out who killed you, but you're also using your ghost powers to stop other people from being killed, and it's a really good whodunit kind of mystery. And the way you're doing it is you can possess things in the environment and other people. When you possess environmental things, you're using it to open up more of the level to like stop somebody from getting shot or just opening up other things to explore. But if you jump into a freshly dead body, you actually go back in time 4 minutes before they die. So you're able to try and stop them from being killed within
Oh,
those
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really good. It's you have a ghost dog in it too. Missile
Oh,
and Sissel are the two
I'm
ghost dogs,
sold.
and it's like I said, it was a really good. I have only played it on the R5 cart because I never got around. I never saw a copy of it. I never I had the cart, so I didn't bother going to get to it. But it's like I said, it's rare-ish. So I'm really excited to see this. This is a full HD I guess I don't know if it's a remake or a remaster, but it looks really good from the trailers that they were showing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely one to
It's
look at.
definitely a well-loved game, and I'm really excited to see it
Yeah,
coming
your
out.
description is awesome because that sells me on it. Just listening to that because that sounds really. I don't know, it just sounds fun. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, Konami, I think too. So it's a good publisher.
Cool. Bob, you've got on here next is
Capcom.
Deca
It
Police.
was Capcom. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, you're good. Deca Police,
Yes.
which I like I like your I like your note here. Being a police officer in the Matrix looks like an RPG. Everyone gets turned into animals, and it's I don't know. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, like you really any kind of description that I give this right now, it's not going to do it justice. Rich,
Yeah,
you saw too, like
this was one I was excited for too after seeing the thing, and Bob explained it perfectly. But it's definitely a JRPG, so it's a Japanese RPG. It gave me vibes of um, Danganronpa, just more RPG, more game than Danganronpa was. Very Persona-y too. Like you're solving a mystery. You're you're new cops, or it looks like you're a cop, and then you're doing this training inside of a computer simulation, and a hacker breaks into the computer simulation and starts messing with you. And that's when like people start turning into animals and stuff because he's messing with this virtual world that you're stuck inside of. And it looks like part of it is your general RPG fighting things, but it looks like other parts of it are you're solving again mysteries, you're solving crimes as you're in there, so you have to gather evidence and go after the people that you're looking for. But very like super JRPG stylized kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
I'm on board with that with both of those, Ghost Trick and Deca Police. I'll be snagging.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'll be honest with you. Before just kind of skimming through the notes, I really wasn't, whatever. But just hearing you guys speak on this, especially you, Rich, on the Ghost Trick one. But this one sounds interesting too. So yeah, I'm down to play both of these for sure.
Now we go back to sexualizing young girls.
Yeah.
This one is the one that I wasn't as creeped out by. I keep forgetting what the other was, fashion, whatever. But this one creeped me out a little bit. This is the Bayonetta prequel thing, where you're playing Bayonetta as a young girl, but it looks like she's supposed to be 10. I don't know how old she's supposed to be, and I think that's what creeped me out a little bit because like you see her ass cheeks in a little skirt in parts of it as she's running around, and the concept looks good as like Bob described it, but it's like I don't like Bayonetta was all about being overly sexual. Like she's not wearing clothes, she's wearing her hair in the Bayonetta games.
Yeah.
And this is like hers, like I said, preteen ish.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, now I didn't see I guess I wasn't watching it as closely because I didn't see the ass cheeks thing, but I'm not doubting that you saw that because it's a Japanese game, and it just wouldn't fucking surprise me.
Yeah, this is. You also said that you never was a huge Bayonetta fan. I think I tried playing. I bought Bayonetta 3. No, I bought Bayonetta 2. That was the one that came out for the Wii U. Right? I bought whatever one came out for the Wii U. It came with Bayonetta 1. I tried playing a little bit of Bayonetta. It turns out I don't like Platinum games, so I don't know if this is made by Platinum too or not. But
Yeah,
yeah, this looks
so
different than Bayonetta though. This is definitely
it,
more. You described it as an action RPG, and I think that's exactly what it looks like.
it's weird though because you control both characters at the same time, and so Cereza, who is Bayonetta, um, she can't attack. All she can do is bind the enemies while the demon Cheshire attacks them.
Hmm.
And you have to control them both at the same time. And I don't know, that it seems like some convoluted gameplay. It might be really good. I don't know. It looks super cool. Like if I've never watched playthroughs of games, but the story in this actually sounds really cool. Like you learn the backstory and how because Bayonetta is supposed to be like super old, right?
Yeah, there's one of the Bayonetta games. There's a part of the game where you're trying to help a little girl, and it turns out the little girl you're trying to help is a young version of Bayonetta. Like you're helping yourself somehow. So I'm wondering if this is what this is like a prequel to that or something, or maybe it completely says it's a prequel. So I really don't know though. So
Yeah.
it's all speculation.
Yeah. All right. So then the next up was the Splatoon 3 expansion pass. Have you guys done much with Splatoon 3?
No, I've never even picked up a copy of it. I've
I
got
put a lot
two.
of time in the first two Splatoon games and never bothered picking up Splatoon 3.
Yeah, I don't have it either, so I have no frame of reference. I know Katie played a ton of Splatoon 2, but outside of that, never bothered with 3, and that was
Okay.
about it. So
Yeah, I've never really. I tried the first one when it came out. I just wasn't really impressed.
This looks like the DLC is the first game. Like, yeah, I guess they're bringing the first game levels into the third game. Is that
Yeah.
Inktopolis? Stutter, 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 stutter. And they announced a fourth. No, this is the first DLC. There's
Yeah.
a second DLC coming in winter where it's like all white. They haven't really say much about it, but it looks very
Looked
stylized.
snowy.
Yeah.
All right. So then the next up was Disney Illusion Island, and we talked about this before. 2D platformer, 4-player co-op. Looked to me similar to recent Rayman games that kind of cell shaded
I
animation.
thought the art sucked. Like it's a super modern, cartoony style.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem Disney to me. It just looked weird.
No, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of the art. The animation itself looks like remember the mid 2000s Flash cartoons?
yeah.
That's kind of what it looked like to me.
And that's what it looked like. I was getting Cartoon Network vibes just from the art style too, the character style.
Yeah.
They're all like super skinny and weird looking and extreme.
Highly stylized.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first impression I'm getting off looking at Mickey on that is looks like an Animaniac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it looks like it could be interesting. I'm gonna wait on it. I don't know.
See, when I hear Disney and Illusion, I immediately go to the Castle of Illusion, and I was hoping for something more like that, and then this isn't that.
Yeah. I've heard rumors that they're coming out with some kind of sequel to Castle of Illusion, or maybe a collection. So I'm hoping that that's true because that would be cool. And then next we had this pretty much I guess only applies to me. Fire Emblem Engage DLC. Different characters coming to the game.
I've bought all the Fire Emblem games. never played a lot of them. The one I played through most wasn't even a Fire Emblem game. It was the Persona one that they did for
the FE.
Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sold my copy of Fire Emblem that I had for the GameCube to buy a nice surround system when my old surround system broke. Like, oh, this is worth $400. Selling it.
No, I mean honestly, that I've played the hell out of it. Pretty much every game, every Fire Emblem game that I've been able to get my hands on, and I'm working. I'm trying to slow down playing through Engage because it's not that it's a short game, but it's shorter than Three Houses was, where Three Houses had four different branching storylines you go through. So you finish one, you go back and play the next. And so I've dumped 300 some hours into Three Houses. This one, I can't wait for the Wave 4, which has the extra missions on it, because I'm almost done. I need more. Give me more. Damn it.
If you like the Fire Emblem games, you should check out the Soul Hacker games. They're Atlas's version of Fire Emblem. It's just a strategic RPG, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tom and I have talked about that a lot. We've both been fans of the Shining Force games and stuff like that. Fire Emblem or not Fire Emblem Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, that kind of stuff.
Mario Rabbids. Tactic Ogre.
I bought it. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not a bit. I didn't like XCOM. I bought XCOM thinking, oh, I'll fucking love this game. I didn't like XCOM. I bought that Project Steam.
I like that.
Which I really wanted to like it because I liked the historical aspect of it and bringing the presidents in and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I was a real big fan of the storyline and how all that played out. I just couldn't get into the game. I really wanted to be into the game. I just couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, this I haven't spent enough time playing any, at least this Fire Emblem. I don't know. So this would be one of those things that like I might eventually get to. So cool to see that there's DLC for it. I'll give it that. I think the next you have down is Harmony Fall of Reverie.
Yeah, and this one I might have got the title wrong because I remember succinctly when Scrappy was jumping on me trying to get me to play with him while I'm trying to watch video.
No, you're good. Harmony. It's called Harmony: The Fall of Reverie. So you're good. That was close enough. You were almost dead on there.
So yeah, this one looked more like another visual novel, branching storylines. You can select different. It was almost like different. Like, have you either? Well, Rich, I know you've read it. Tom, have you read American Gods by Neil Gaiman?
No.
Okay, so American Gods, they had there was basically a war between the old gods, so like like goblins and the Norse mythology and the spider gods from Africa and stuff like that, and then the new gods of America, of the new world, like TV and the internet and all that shit. And it seems like you get to pick your favorite new god in this and try to align with them. Like, it was like power, I forget, but it looks interesting. I don't think it's anything I'll play.
They made a couple of seasons of American Gods as a TV series with Ian Shane's his name as
Ian McShane?
as Odin or Mr. Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the first, and Neil Gaiman was the showrunner on the first season, and it was really good. Really good. First season's fantastic. I think I kind of fell off after that a little bit.
Yeah.
Second season was okay. It was the 7-Up guy played Mr. Nancy.
Orlando Jones.
No, Jones.
Yeah.
And listen, don't let my shitty description of the book throw you off for reading it. It's a good read. I read it on a cruise.
And anything by Neil Gaiman is usually pretty good. And Bob's right. This was his first thing that I actually read before the Sandman books or Sandman comics and stuff. And yeah, it's when people came to the New World, they brought the old gods with them. And as man evolved, they created new gods. Like Bob said, it's like media is a big one. Television, the internet, a lot of other kind of things. And the old gods want stuff back. So it's basically Odin, who his name is Mr. Wednesday, but they don't come out and tell you it's Odin until a little later in the thing. But if you know anything about North, he knows.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Right.
it's him gathering up the old gods, saying, "Hey, we need to get power back. You're only as powerful with how much you're followed," kind of a thing. So, like, if
Right.
you're losing followers and forgotten, then you lose your godly powers, and eventually you can die, even though you're a god.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's cool. I like I said, just unfamiliar, with that book. So
There's a leprechaun, and he's like a 6 foot tall Irish guy who's angry.
Yeah,
I
fucking great.
Seamus.
Yeah. All right, so then we got Octopath Traveler 2. Demo's out now. It's one that I want to get into, but with everything else I've been playing, I didn't play the first one. I want to play it, but I don't know if I need to play the first one first.
I don't think so. This is one of the ones where it's like the same thing. I always wanted to play it too, but I've been trying to finish Final Fantasy 3/6 since it came out when I was a kid, and I started it like 4 times and never finished it. So I don't think I'm gonna finish something that's made to look like an old Final Fantasy game or play like an old Final Fantasy game.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Did you get Live Alive?
I want to, but no, I didn't.
I grabbed it on sale at our local store, our local game store for $30.
Yeah, I was looking. The remake looks really good for that one.
Yeah, no, Octopath.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no! I was going to say I have a little familiarity with these games, but no, like I just wanted to kind of concur with Rich there. Like I just restarted Final Fantasy, US 2, and it's one of those games I'll periodically pick up and play. But like those games, I will play over and over and over again. I really don't pay any mind to these ones that pretend that they're those types of games either. So I don't really care at all.
I was gonna say, I picked up Bravely Default and Bravely Second, which are, I think they're along the same lines, and I think I played maybe an hour of the first one. I never even bothered playing the second one.
Yeah,
Just on a shelf.
I was excited about Bravely Default, and I remember playing the demo, and it has a cool mechanic where you can either attack normal, which is default, or you can attack bravely, and I think it's an extra powerful attack, but it leaves you vulnerable the next attack. Like you have your normal defense if you attack default, and then if you attack with the brave system, it's a stronger attack. You're left weaker for your next defense, and then I don't think you can attack again. Like I think you have to wait 2 turns to attack or something like that.
Anyway, the main thing is made to look like an old RPG.
Yeah.
An old SNES RPG.
But all right, so then we get to We Heart Katamari Reroll, which is remaster of the second game for the PS2. This one was confusing to me because then they started saying Katamari Reroll, which I have Katamari Reroll for the fucking Switch already. So is this DLC? Is this a whole nother game? I don't fucking know.
The way I thought it was is you're getting the remake of the new era, the remake of the We Heart Cat We Love, whatever it's supposed to be called, and then you're getting a bonus game, which is I think you're getting the other one too if you buy this.
Yeah, this one says we love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie, which is odd that game comes up again. It's like a dual thing, and it'll be released June 2nd. Yeah.
I think the Royal Reverie is they're letting you play as a young version of the King of the World. Yeah. So
it did say, and I'm pulling this from a random game website. This sounds definitely not interesting to me, but whatever. We Love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie will also have a brand new selfie mode. As you're enjoying each level, you'll be able to stop and take some selfies of the prince and his cousins to share with your friends online.
All right, that's what screwed me up was We Love Katamari Reroll, because the first one was called Katamari Damacy Reroll. So I somehow blanked out and just heard Katamari Reroll and thought that it was the first game. So okay, so a whole nother game. I love the Katamari games. I'm a sucker for them. They're normally cheap, like $20. So I'll probably drop $20 on a remake of the first or the second one.
I've paid more than that for a soundtrack.
Jesus. Was it from Limited Run Games?
I don't think so. I think it was somebody else.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was from Limited Run. He's paid for it but never got it.
Yeah. All right, Sea of Stars.
They just announced that they're delaying the Turtles games that I have on pre-order. the $300 big box copy things.
What the fuck? Listen, I still haven't seen shit about my fucking my worms either.
And you never will.
Nope. They got my money, and now I'm never going to get my worms.
I did get, I think on that same episode, I complained about not getting a NECA Turtles loot crate. It finally showed up.
Was it good?
Well, yeah, everything was in there, so that's all I needed. I could finish the thing, but still, it was like 3 years behind because the company went bankrupt and all this other crap. And then they sent out to everyone a shipping label that wasn't good. Like, here's your shipping label. Oh, it's 3 months later, and it's still sitting on our warehouse. Oh, the shipping labels are bad. And then they never sent out a second shipping notice saying it was being shipped, so it just magically showed up on my doorstep one day.
What the fuck?
Like, what's this? Ooh. It's the one I was least looking forward to, but still, it's like, okay, there it is. It's good. It's got the going back to an earlier episode too, like call back again. It's the shark guy that was only in Tournament Fighters, so it was the video game crate.
Okay.
Armageddon or whatever the fuck his name was.
Armageddon.
Yeah, Robot Shark. No, it's like it's not Armageddon. It's something stupid. It's supposed to sound like that, but not be that.
Oh.
Armageddon or something.
Okay.
And not cool looking figure. It's big. It's chonky. He's a chonky boy.
Chunky boy. All right. So Sea of Stars RPG with timing-based attacks. Demo available now. Not really interested. Omega Strikers. Free-to-play air hockey soccer mashup. 3 versus 3. Drops April 27th. It looked kind of like Super Mario Strikers. At first, I thought it was DLC for Super Mario Strikers. And then I realized, no, this is like a whole separate game, and it's free. Shit, I might check it out. What did you think, Rich?
Nah, it's not for me.
Nah.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Tom, how does that sound interesting to you at all?
It might be one of those things. I mean, I'm always down to play anything that says free to play. So, I mean, why not give it a shot? I enjoy those sporty type games too. But honestly, it'd be one of those things I'd probably play for 30 minutes or an hour, and I'd be done with it.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say, because typically those games are fun in short spurts, and I only go back to those types of games if they're puzzle oriented. Sports games are fun. Maybe with the exception of like the Wii Sports or the Switch Sports, bowling, tennis, badminton. I can play those like on and off here and there. But some of those other sport type games, like if they're those types where they're quick play, I just don't have much to.
It reminded me a little bit though of Windjammers for the
Neo Geo.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Oof, except with like you said, 3 characters instead of the 1.
Yeah.
It had that kind of vibe.
Yeah, no, I was picking that up too. All right, Etrian Odyssey Origins. I've never played the Etrian Odyssey games. Looks like turn-based RPG dungeon crawlers.
They're pure dungeon crawlers. I've played not the Etrian Odyssey games, but the Persona Q games, which I think are made by the same people. What's weird is the big thing with them is inside of the game, you're mapping your own dungeons. Like you're literally drawing them on but they've all been touchscreen games, so you're drawing them on the touchscreen. This one adds an automap feature, which I think defeats the purpose. So I don't know quite how different that's going to be.
Huh.
But
yeah, I'm a big fan of dungeon crawler, so this piques my interest a little bit, but I've never played them either, so I don't know. No frame of reference there.
What's neat is you can apparently either buy this big pack that has all 3 of them in there, or they're available separately on the eStore. It will be available separately, so you can just buy one to see if you like it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's it. Hey, that's good. That's certainly good to at least dive in a little bit without having to chunk out all the money for all of them.
Yeah.
There was I don't remember if it's on the Wii U or the Switch, but there was another Japanese game company that made a dungeon crawler that I kept meaning to pick it up because I knew it was going to be expensive later, and I haven't looked to see if it got expensive or not. But as you complete missions and stuff, you make your character's boobs grow bigger, and that's how strong your character is based on their breast size. And now I got to look up the name of this game, so I'm not making it up.
No, I know you're not making
I'm
it
just
up.
kind of shocked that it's not your most favorite game of all time. I mean,
I still have those. I have all the Senran Kagura games I was just talking about. The Omega Labyrinth Life is what the other one is.
All right. So then we finally have a release date for Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Remakes of Advance Wars 1 and 2, April 21st. So
yeah, we've talked about that at like a couple of other Nintendo Direct episodes we've done, which is kind of funny. So it's one of those things I think they've dragged their feet on quite extensively.
Well, it was basically they've come out and said it was basically the war in Ukraine. They felt it was insensitive to release it. Okay, I get that. Hopefully nothing else delays it because that
I don't know. Yeah, it just felt like one of those drag your feet type things because this thing's been talked about for a long time. So,
all right.
whatever.
So the next one was Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. We've known about this game for a while. What they announced is that there is an epilogue added to the game where you play as Magalore, who I think he's like a shopkeeper or something. I don't know. He has a little stuffy of him. But this game looks fantastic. I can't wait for this. Comes out February 24th.
Yeah, Tom has been Kirby fan, so I'm gonna have to dive into this one. I feel kind of bad because the last two Kirby games that have come out for the Switch, he's gone through and thoroughly beaten, found whatever he's needed to, and it's like, what other games can I play? And I'm like, they just released this Kirby 64 game. If you want to try that, you've never played before on the online service. Speaking of the online service,
yes,
there's one of your big announcements. So
finally,
where are we at with this?
Dude, it's been so long that we've been expecting to see something like this. We finally get Game Boy games for the Nintendo Switch Online. We got Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, so the color version with the extra dungeons, Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3, which I thought was a really weird addition, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, which I'm super excited about, one of my favorite games, Wario Land 3, and Kirby's Dream Land.
Yeah, and we need to, just kind of, make it a point there. That's what the basic Nintendo Switch Online service. You get those Game Boy games along with the NES and SNES already. If you do the expansion pack, though, which also includes the Genesis and Nintendo 64, they've also announced the Game Boy Advance, which has a handful of games they've announced with Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario 3, Wario Inc., Kukurin Kurin, if I butchered that. Mario Kart Super Circuit. The game Tommy spent about an hour playing tonight, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. So,
yes,
pretty cool GBA and Game Boy announcements there. I actually minute I saw it, I fired up Tetris. I had to just to listen to the music.
One of my favorite Zelda games. I think that was fantastic.
I've never played Minish Cap.
It was good.
Yeah, I've never have either. I'm gonna have to dive into that because
it's I'm pretty sure it's one of the Capcom Zelda games, and it's like very linked to the pasty.
I see. I have a very limited experience with Game Boy Advance, so I'm very excited to see some of these titles on there.
And it was the one that you butchered, the Cura.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think you play a stick, and the stick goes.
Yeah, you're a stick.
Yeah, it's a fun game too. I played that a lot.
All right. And they also announced that more games are coming down the pike. The
WarioWare Inc., by the way, is also another really super fun, good.
Oh, I love that game.
What game was that?
WarioWare.
Oh yeah.
First one,
I wish that I had that. I wish I would have kept it.
I got a complete box over there. It's a
Son of a
fantastic game.
bitch.
Yeah.
I remember exactly when I bought that game. I bought it from Game Crazy in West Effort. I would right near Hollywood Diner. I was on my way to work and I ended up having to stop at the DMV. I knew I was going to be at the DMV. So I was like, well, fuck it. I need a game to play while I'm there. I ended up getting called. I sat at DMV for like 6 or 7 hours. And I beat the game. But
Now, what would be cool, but I don't see them ever doing it, is putting the Pokemon games on this.
well,
they
how do
might
you
be.
say that?
Yeah,
The Pokemon
Well, I
Direct
remember
will be
buying
coming.
them over again for the DS, the 3DS.
because the 64 had a couple of releases. They have Snap on there now.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. The Pokemon, there's going to be another Nintendo Direct, but it's going to be a Pokemon focused one on, I want to say, February 27th ish. I forget what day Pokemon Day is, but maybe it's the 25th. I don't know. It's towards the end of the month though, of when the games initially came out in Japan. So they'll be announcing. I would wager that they'll announce either a collection or that the games are coming to the Game Boy or to the Nintendo Switch Online.
And if any thing dictates, I really am curious because of how they've announced, and we'll get into they announced a little bit more Mario Kart stuff here, but how they did that release with like the booster collection, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It was very staggered. So I almost wonder if they would do something like that, where it's like staggered releases for these games on the online service. It's like one every 6 months or something, So
Right. So next we get to the one that teased me, and I thought that we were going to get more. We didn't. I'm still happy we got this though. Metroid Prime Remastered. So the original GameCube Metroid Prime first-person shooter, remastered, new visuals, dual stick controls, or you can use the original, but the original are not great. But the big thing is digital version today, physical version February 22nd. So
yeah, that's a cool announcement.
I'll definitely be grabbing that. Thoughts on that, guys?
I'm just down to check it out because the dual stick controls kind of sells me on that one now. So
When I modded my GameCube, that was one of the games that I was going to play, but now I'm just going to wait and play it on the Switch.
Yeah, I really thought that this was going to lead into, at the very end,
a new one,
the Metroid Prime 4 that's been being talked about for fucking ever, and we got nothing on that. We got Master Detective Archives Rain Code, which looked to me, we talked about this one before. This looks like Phoenix Wright with demons, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig into this one a little bit. We've talked about it on here before. Danielle's a big Phoenix Wright fan, so.
And this is the one where the Shinigami, when it has like a ghost mode, and then it has like a humanish form where it's just got giant boobs. Let's see. Then we have Baten. How did they pronounce this? Baten Kaidos.
Baten Kaidos.
Baten Kaidos 1 and 2 remaster. Card Battle RPG. It's a couple games came out for the GameCube. I've never played them.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I've never played them either.
Now this one, Tom, I feel like your kids are going to be into Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Looks like they grafted a time travel and RPG elements into Animal Crossing.
Well, there is a Fantasy Life game already, so this is like a sequel to it or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It was on the 3DS. You can be 12 life classes, and you can change them at any time that you wanted to.
Huh. Okay.
Never played it.
Yeah, same.
You can still get it from Nintendo though for $39.99.
No
because
thanks.
They never put their games on sale.
Yeah.
No, they never do.
Actually, it's cheaper right now.
2012.
Super Mario Odyssey is on sale at Walmart for $36.
At Walmart, not at Nintendo. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Nintendo has to approve it.
I don't think so.
No, whatever. Anyway, Professor Layton and the New Worlds of Steam. I've
That
never
sounds
played.
really dirty.
I have all the Professor Layton games and have never played any of them. In fact, I still have sealed, which is awesome that it's sealed. The Professor Layton one that he did with whoever hell the other character is. That's like I think it's Phoenix Wright. I think it's Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton, which is like semi-expensive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All right.
I
Okay.
like the concept of them. I just never got around to actually playing them.
Yeah.
They're play puzzle games, kind of.
So now this is where we get into. They did a rapid fire thing, so I don't have a whole hell of a lot on most of these. We get the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 4, including Birdo.
Yeah, we get a new character finally, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
And that comes in spring 2023.
And
And
that's
the-
also free if you have the super deluxe version of their thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm it's funny now that I've actually played a ton of it because I've done tournaments now. Go figure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've done that last couple, I think 3 times now in the last few months. No, it's fun. I mean, I'm not that great at it, but seemingly am able to place every time, at least in the top 3. So it's something, I guess. But I'm always excited to see new tracks, and I knew they were coming. I've long, had the expansion pack and was, just waiting for this. So cool to see a new character, though. I do enjoy that. So,
there you go.
gives my kids someone else to fight
All
over.
right. And then we get the
When did Birdie officially become a woman, though? I thought Birdie was a
Birdo.
a
Birdo was
man. Yeah, whatever.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We get to the one that Tom and I have been waiting for. And
This is in all caps in your document.
yes, it is. It is.
I had to look it up after I saw that. Like, what the hell is this?
It's a chibi baseball game,
Yeah.
but it's got some of the most ridiculous stat keeping of all time. Like,
Yes, it does.
Apparently, they had this one doesn't, but it looks like they had the MLB license for a while too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one doesn't. This one certainly doesn't because it costs 99 cents.
Yeah.
But it's this is one of Bob and I's all-time favorite games. I had this for the Wii because there's a couple versions, like 2008 and 2009, I believe.
It was 2007 and 2008. It came out
for 7 and 8, yeah,
for the Wii and the PS2, and it came out for the DS.
Yeah, I had it for the Wii, the 8 version, and we've talked about it here before. And the crazy thing was, it wasn't just the stat stuff with that game, and the fact that it was an arcade baseball game that was fun to play. It had the depth of like an ESPN NFL 2K5 where you could do different things.
Right.
You could customize things, and it was almost like a role playing type.
Oh, well, there was a role-playing mode to it, too.
Right, yeah. So you could do so many different. It's such a fun game because, again, you had all these different elements of different types of games. It wasn't just a sports game,
right?
But yeah, it absolutely one of my favorites. I've already picked it up, so I'm ready to go with it.
Rich, you wanted to say something.
No, I was going to say there's like 5 exclamation points after in the thing. So I was going to say, I'm guessing you guys both already picked this up for the 99 cents.
I haven't yet.
I actually I cashed in some gold points just so I could buy it, and I had a few dollars in the eShop still. So it cost me a grand total of 39 cents.
The characters look like a cross between Weebles and
Funko Pops.
No, I was thinking the guys from River City Ransom, Kunio-kun character.
Oh yeah, well, it's by them.
Okay,
yeah.
It actually, I believe it's part of that universe.
Okay,
so that makes sense.
But this the way this one's designed, again, there's no licensing, but it seems to be a play on the upcoming World Baseball Classic. It looks like all the teams are oriented to a country. So
yeah. All right. And again, this is where they were just running through stuff. So Minecraft Legends. If you don't know what Minecraft is at this point, I don't know what to tell you.
Minecraft Legends, though, is I think it's their Diablo version.
Okay.
So it's like more of a clicky RPG.
Okay. Blanc looked like it was a white fox and a black dog.
Yeah, this looked interesting. I have no idea. Like you said, they went through it really quick, so I have no idea
Yeah.
what it's about. But
They
it
didn't
said
say
it.
shit about it.
Yeah,
Mega Man Battle Network Collection. It's like how many of those games came out for between the
937.
yeah. So it's just a collection of those games. They were it was kind of Mega Man's take on the Pokemon craze. They
I
had
think there were like
versions.
card battling mechanics too, which is a
Yeah,
little weird.
it's cool. I played I think the first one for a little bit. Have a Nice Death. I have no fucking idea.
This is also a Steam game, another roguelike.
Okay.
It's been getting but it got a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Disney Dreamlight Valley is getting an update. Looked like some new characters, maybe. Not one that I've played. I know a lot of people that are super into it though, like the level that they were into Animal Crossing when Animal Crossing New Horizons came out. That's what they're doing. And then Tales of Symphonia Remaster coming out for the Switch, and that's where they ended it.
Yeah, exactly. That's where they ended it until they finally gave us a some kind of release date for some big game.
It was
Can't quite figure out what it was.
was it Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land?
I think it was
Tingle's actually in the Fantasy Dream game that we were talking about earlier.
Are you fucking serious?
I thought it was a Commander Keen remaster that they were bringing.
I was gonna say, don't fucking tell me they actually put a legitimate character in there.
I thought it was the Amico that they were going to add to the.
Oh yeah, this is the Amico that's going to.
It's kind of funny if you think about it, because think of the name Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that's true.
Tears of Tommy Tallarico's Kingdom.
Tingle's the photographer in Fashion Dreamer, or one of.
So is this this is a a Legend of Zelda, one that we've all been waiting for quite some time.
Yes, and it looks like what they showed is pretty good. I saw a lot of people saying, like, speculating that they were going to announce that this game was being delayed so that it could launch with the Switch 2 or whatever the successor is. But honestly, it looks like it runs off the same exact engine as Breath of the Wild.
They said that when they first announced it a couple years ago now. It's Majora's Mask, just generation now.
Yeah. So it's not, they're not holding this game back anymore. They're letting it out into the wild. I think it's going to be really good. Obviously, it's as long as it's not focused on fucking motion controls, it's going to be good.
Breath of the Wild is absolutely fantastic. This is just a nice piece to have along with that. I love that game, so I'm really looking forward to this one. You don't have to change anything about it. Just give me additional gameplay. That's honestly what I'm looking for.
Right.
Love the fact that it's going to look the same, feel the same. The different story is great. Obviously, just give us different content that way. But that first game was so good that this is going to be hard to fail.
Right.
The only thing that's going to be the hard to sell, I guess, is the fact that this is not terribly different. This isn't anything new necessarily visually, and I think that's one of the things that was so appealing about Breath of the Wild was that it's a very pretty game. It's very visually appealing. It's fun to play. Me, I'm a big Skyrim fan, so I absolutely fell in love with Breath of the Wild. So I definitely up for this. Good to see. Glad we got a release date. Just glad it's not the Amico.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We'll see how things go, and
it's not going to be that different. It's the same engine, and it's going to be $70.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did announce it's going up. Nintendo's starting to jack their prices.
Or you can get it with a book and what looks like an animation, a pin. It's a pin set for $129.
Yeah,
and a steel book.
No thanks.
Yeah, I got the original when the Switch launched and the special edition came out. of Breath of the Wild, I was actually able to snag one, um, and it sat in a box.
Yeah, I got the. I picked mine up used, and it was the lesser of the collector's edition, so it didn't have the. It was like a sword statue or something. This one just came with a. I'm still using it today. The carrying case looks like.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I
Mhm.
got because the sword one didn't get released in the States. That only got released in Europe.
No, we got something like that. It was
I
just
never
super
saw it.
limited. Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's the one that I got.
I got the regular copy of the game, but picked up most of the amiibos, so I was big into it. It's a lot of fun. One of the things I loved about um, actually I know this is a bit different, but playing Skyrim on the Switch, if you use the Breath of the Wild amiibos, it would uh, create certain items in Skyrim, so you could play with you know the the the, the Link basically being Link. You
Nice.
know, so you had all the Link attire, the shield, everything. So it was cool.
That's cool. Well, all right,
All right.
Joe. I think we've covered it all. I mean, honestly, there were two things I was expecting to see and I didn't see. Metroid Prime 4 rather, and I had heard rumors of a Mario baseball, and I was hoping for that. Was there anything in here that you were hoping for or expecting and didn't see?
No, I mean it was cool to see Power Pros. It was really neat to finally get some Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, and hopefully they keep expanding that. I've been really happy with some of the additions they've done for their online service. They're finally making it worth. I'm not saying it's not worthwhile, but they're finally like, hey, you know what? We're dumping some other content out there, and that's fun. Um, no, that was cool. It was good to see, and you know, those are my big takeaways. Rich, what
Okay.
about you? Anything stick
And
out to you as nothing?
no, nothing that I was expecting to see or not. But I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to Ghost Trick and Deca Police is probably the one that was like the biggest. This looks really entertaining. I've never heard of this kind of thing.
Yeah, you talked really up on Ghost Trick, so I'm looking forward to that too now. I appreciate that. You didn't steer me wrong on Vampire Survivors, so
I'm having a lot of fun with this Arcade Paradise too. It's the games that you like. You can play the games you put in your arcade, and they're not the best arcade games I've ever played. But the whole concept of unlocking things and making your arcade bigger is just one of those. I'm going to play for a little longer so I can get a little more money so I can expand this arcade business.
yeah, I'm
So
gonna have to check that one out too.
it's sucking me in a little bit.
Let's close this one out with, did you guys see I sent it in the text, the Atari that $1,000 collection they're releasing?
I didn't look into that, but that's pretty wild.
Oh, it's
So
funny you should mention that when you sent the thing. The games themselves are just special editions of ones that they've kind of already been releasing versions of. Um, this is just in a nicer thing. I actually have two of them on pre-order through Limited Run Games that I have no idea where they are. Like I'm looking it up now to see how long it's been. Adventure. Actually, I only have one. I thought I got two. I thought I got Yars Revenge too. Um, yeah, and they're I forget who's making. They look cool.
yeah,
These are the games though. There was a big story a while ago. The company that put these out, the first batch they released, had the boards in backwards. So if you tried to play them on an actual Atari, you couldn't.
right.
And the only way you could fix it yourself, but you had to peel off the sticker to get to the screw to unscrew the cartridge. Or they were sending you like you could say, "Hey, send me a new one," and they'd send you a new one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I love the Atari a lot, but I'm not spending $1,000 on a big game set.
Yeah,
I spent I forget what I spent just to get Adventure because it was kind of cool.
I mean, it's 10 games. They're only making 100 available for pre-order. the 10 games are going to be like you said. It's the Atari XP collectible cartridges that have the light up acrylic at the top.
Yeah. Okay, I spent $100 to get the adventure game, so I am one of the people that are trying to get with this. I can't
Yeah.
believe I spent that much. Yeah.
So it's Adventure, Asteroid, Centipede, Crystal Castles, Gravatar, Haunted House, Missile Command, Super Breakout, Warlords, and Yar's Revenge.
Yeah.
And it
All
comes,
these games are included, plus a pile more in that Atari 50th collection that came out too, which, by the way, is definitely what you should be buying and not this $1,000 thing.
Yeah, they're just
Or
aiming this
or the
straight for.
$99 single releases that I was just talking about.
So they're
well,
basically aiming this for straight collectors. I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Especially with the 100 copies. I'm guessing it's still available. Are you on the website where it's like you could pre-order it?
no, I'm not. It's
Uh,
let me see. It also comes with, let's see, remastered artwork on the labels, a custom stand for displaying the games out of the box, a collectible pin, and a collectible patch. Each pin and patch features a design based on whichever game they're packaged with. So that's each. So each one. So 10. I mean, honestly, you spent $100 on one of them. There's 10 of them. This is like getting the whole collection, and then it's got the cool Atari 50 logo on the spines of the box, like the Atari.
yeah, that's the only thing this one doesn't have. The one I bought is just it looks like the box,
Oh,
original box, but it
it's
comes
sold
with the
out.
it comes with the pin and patch, and it comes with the display thing. It did sell out.
Yeah, it's sold
Uh,
out. It's sold out, and every single wow, holy shit! Every single one of um,
individual games.
the individual games sold out, and they released some that were like Aquaventure. Um, let's see, they released Aquaventure limited edition by itself was 150. I believe wasn't that a game that didn't that game never come out
Yes,
originally?
it's one of the ones that never came out.
Okay, so now they did the same with Saboteur, and then there's a limited edition of Yar's Return.
Yes.
And so those were all 150 each. Those all sold out. And then the regular VCS cartridges of Aquaventure, Saboteur, and Yar's Revenge that they were selling for $50 in in an original box sold out as well. So
Wow.
it's a little bit crazy if you ask me, but what do I know?